Hello, Ramya and Trisha. DL, I know from maybe like a third Zoom call together.
Hi,
Um,
yes, third Zoom call.
Rangoli, I think we've exchanged some messages on
Yes,
chat. Maybe
yes.
Vanshika too, I don't know.
Yes, you help me out.
Okay, so yeah, now I think we'll start. So we've split it into two parts just to do the image training, which is basically like trying to get a very customized image, but also making sure that you're able to get it every time. And then the other part of it is more on looking at how we can make these avatars, which then we are able to use in what we call co-pilots. And if you've been associated with Jaaga for a while, what used to be called radbots. If some of you can keep the camera open, it'll be nice for me so that I can read some facial expressions, but I understand if it's not possible. And I mean, if you want to close it in the middle, obviously, yeah, it's okay. Okay, so so I believe you guys have made your characters already, right? Some of you. So if you want to just maybe share some of those images or in the chat or some of the GUI links of those runs in the chat. Uh, so maybe it'll give me a sense of where you're up to, and then I'll try to like build it from there. Mm.
The mains or the side characters or whatever is
What was the first one you said with the
the
M?
main characters that we've created or the side
Any
characters.
any 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 one or two things any one thing you want to share. One or two people can share, then it'll give me an idea. So what we're going to do today is called LoRa training, which basically, in the easiest terms, if I were to explain it to you, if you have someone who's an artist and they're really like good at many different kinds of drawing styles, but somehow you're still not happy with their drawing style because you want something very specific for your work. Uh, so you would maybe say either train that artist or give them like say 10 references, right? Say, hey, this is the kind of artwork you want. So image training is just basically that. But because with LoRa's, what we can do, we don't have to have billions of images like one has to for OpenAI's DALI or Stable Diffusion models. It's more, thanks Trisha for sharing the image. It's more for like looking at using just like couple of images and then doing the training. So overall, it's also not very energy inefficient. And I think you are able to get quick results, so you can also see where your images are going. Now, I can promise you that it's not going to be exactly like what you had envisioned, which is also like working with any artist. You always have a vision in your mind, but the artist also has their own quirks and like eccentricities. So things will always one has to like play at those edges and see where we are satisfied. So especially for those of you who have been very, very stressed and feeling like, Arey, this image is really not looking like what I want to. This will be the case even with a real artist. Unless, they're working on it for years and years. Like, maybe if you look at even two Batman comics drawn by two different comic artists, even Batman looks different in them, right? So you have to think about it like that. So it's really more about your storytelling and where you can take it and how strongly you're building those narratives, then how exact the person is looking in everything, so and character building is really simple. Like if you go through my son's notebook also, you'll see that sometimes he draws the same character many times, maybe sometimes a little bit long, little bit short, but you get an essence of that character, and that's really what we want, right? So some of these images you have I think these are all AI created. So we look at two parts today. We look at style, image style, and we'll also look at how we can use, say, maybe ourselves or somebody familiar to like build a character on top of it, almost like a deep fake in that sense. And then we'll take it from there. There are ways of also like mixing two styles that you've trained. But in currently in our UI, it works, but it's not so refined. So sometimes the output's not like you imagine कि अरे ये दोनों मैं mix कर दूंगी तो It's not like that, but it's still interesting. So it's still worth exploring how it goes. And then the last part, which when we do the character avatar for your video bots, the core thing to remember is the video bots tool which works with lip sync can only lip sync if it's a human or human-like face. So if you end up making something which is a bit more, I don't know, like post-human or even a little more like animal, you may find it difficult to make it into a video bot. So I'm just like putting that up front so that when you start your imagination exercise, you're able to kind of grasp that idea. So great, these are looking really beautiful. I think even if you don't get these exact images, there are some core features to it which are very, very specific. Like, you know, somebody has a very retro style, somebody has got this kind of dystopian style with the coffee, or, you know, someone is going for this kind of eco-futurist. I don't know, this very nice one with the green jacket. I would love a jacket like this. And then Trisha has a very different one, which is like exploring, I don't know, a little more of I don't know, little more like period kind of a image. And then the last one is more comic like. So we'll try to do a bit of style and then you see where you want to take it from there. So I'm gonna show you some of this. पूरा ही share कर लेती हूँ better है. So we've done this one. I don't know if I shared this last time, did I? Because I've been doing a couple of these workshops and I don't know if I've shared this with you guys already. No, yes. DL saying yes, maybe. Okay. So these are Archana's drawings actually,
Yes.
which are nowhere on the internet, well, at least till now. And she drew them as part of like everyone got an individual one in her wedding invitation. So we took, I don't know what, 12, 15 of them. And uh, this is the hyperlink for the training thing. Yes. This is where I'm at currently, right? And we said, okay, there are 2, 3 formats to do it. We use this one called Flux Laura Fast. I felt like this seems to be doing it the best. And then I said I want it to be a style. And then what I have is what we call a trigger word. Now, what a trigger, I'm not going to run this yet, but I'll show you. But what a trigger word means is basically all these 5 billion, 6 billion, 60 billion images of any image model, they have metadata and text attached to it, right? Just like what I spoke about in the last session. When I wrote mother and garbage, it gave a certain kind of image. And when I wrote mother and child's room, it gave a certain kind of image. So that word association is very important in generating these images. I mean, it is called text to image after all. And when you want to make your own trained model, you need to have a special code word which we know will generically not be available within that existing model. So Archana uses this Arkanoid as her Insta handle in most places. And I, instead of an O, I like flipped it out with a number. So I do know that, okay, generally, if I'm going to go and try and find this word in 100 books, I may not find it. So you can use a few, like, maybe you want to change it to, like, say, Mughal. So instead of Mughal, you put a 4 or a whatever. So it'll become a token word in itself. So basically, it's training on this token word, the same way somebody would have trained the Vincent Van Gogh style on a bunch of token words. So every time you say Van Gogh, it gives you that Van Gogh style. Or very unfortunately and superbly relevant is like the Ghibli stuff that's been happening with OpenAI. And it's like, I can't even open my Instagram. The feed is like so crazy. So I feel like, okay, this session is also relevant in that context because as an organization with Gooey, because of course one of our co-founders, Archana, is an artist, we understand the importance of like making sure that the images you're using are, you're not like just like copying them off the internet or misusing images of artists and trying not to give credit. So this tool is actually being built now with a big roundtable cohort across India and a couple of other countries where we are talking to artists and arts organizations to be able to like implement this in a more kind of just way to happen. So the idea is that that we are able to like build it with them, and you are able to sort of understand that, say, who's इधर से नहीं बेटा बेटा अब Yugen Yugi sorry. Uh, so yeah, so basically, our idea is to be able to ensure that we're able to get artists due credit and even perhaps royalty wherever and however it happens. Of course, we're still working on it. So for now, we just use Archana's images, which we know the artist, and she's part of our team, right? So in that context, before I do the training, I just wanted to show you what this means. So we'll go to our text to image tool, which I think you all are using anyway, right? Most of you must have used that's where the images are coming from, or are you using other tools? Okay. So here, if you go to the examples, if you want to use Archana's tool more often, it's here in this one called Line Art Flux. So you notice that it only works with the Flux model. It will not work with any of the other models. And we've added it as a this LoRa part. I'll explain to you how to do this, not very difficult. But here when I write, can someone give me a simple prompt that they want to try in this? It doesn't have to be related to mother and son. It could be anything. Maybe one of you can give your prompts for these characters that you have. I don't know how well it'll do, but maybe we can at least give it a go. Okay. A dog and a ball. Okay, fine. So we have a cute line art of a small puppy playing with ball. And then I said in the style of Arkanoid. And as you can see, I've kind of made the trigger word like that. And now I'm just going to duplicate this while it's running. And I'm going to, in the duplicate, I'm going to remove the LoRa and just use Flux. And then I'll run it again. So we can see the comparison, what happens if we don't use custom LoRa. Okay, we have to wait, I guess. Oops, have I just used the wrong workspace? Shit. Oh, see. So I think, I mean, yeah, this is kind of like many of the, like at least the line quality is very close to Archana's, if you see. All those dogs are looking a bit strange, but okay. But here we've used the same prompt and we didn't have a LoRa and it's totally different. So we'll just run it again with the same thing, with the LoRa and without. So you'll at least see the difference, because obviously we know every time you run it, you do get a different style or a different kind of format to it. Ah, okay. Oh, the seed is the same. Let me just do a regenerate. So, sorry.
I had a doubt. What does the seed here mean? Started with seed and
Yeah,
then
okay.
there.
So, has there been any session on how diffusion models work, image diffusion models work? Okay, anyway, let me only explain it, and I'll try to make it very simple. So, have you ever, has anyone just like out of curiosity seen any YouTube video about how image models are made? Someone wants to tell me if they have, or you want to share with the others? Okay, no one is saying anything. So basically, the way image models are, why it's called diffusion is very interesting. You know how when you have a glass of water and you drop ink into it, it diffuses into the water, right? So basically imagine that someone put 60 billion drops into it, which had annotations about cat, dog, mother, this, that, and the other. And then when you have to reconstitute that ink drop, it's going to still look like an ink drop, but the reconstitution will be slightly different. So basically, that is how diffusion works. And I love explaining it this way. I don't know if it works for you or not. So what happens is that when you say, give me an image of a dog, it starts by building a very hazy image, super, super hazy. And that haziness comes from a specific seed value. Now, seed value is just a base, nothing but just a random number. So that random number builds a very, very hazy bunch of blotches. And then from those blotches, the image is generated. Okay, यहाँ तो बन गया. For some reason, यहाँ नहीं कुछ बन रहा. Let's see what happened here. Some kind of a error. Oh yeah, there's a super tiny little dog in the part of it. Interesting. I didn't even notice it because I was the chat window was there. Anyway, so yeah, so basically the seed number is just that. So if you notice when I ran it again, the seed number doesn't change, but when I do I'll just do it on the other one, maybe that's better. So if I do run, you'll see that the seed number stays the same. But now I guess you'll have to wait until that regenerate comes. But when you use regenerate, the seed number will change. So that's so now it's given you the same image. It's that puppy with strange 3 eyes. But when I change to regenerate, the number changes. I think the number has changed, and it's such a big number, I can't tell. And then it gives you a different image, hopefully. Oh, okay, I guess something is wrong, but okay, I'll check back with you on this. Yeah. So what we are going to do now is we are going to make our own models and we are going to run them on. Okay, so I guess I have to take this because like this is the third time it's calling. Give me a minute, please. Sorry. So we'll make this model now. I am going to show it to you with this with the. I wanted to try this kind of Mughal style piece, which we can do. I mean, I know you brought your own images. Do you want to tell me what those images are in the chat, and then I can like figure with you guys? Yes. Slight change in the prompt. Yes, it does change it a bit. I think so. Some things have been updated. I haven't used image tools in a really long time. Sorry. We can just test it actually, since we're right here. Tennis ball. I'm going to put this in the chat. No, I think the seed will remain the same for that particular piece when you're changing the image, the prompt slightly. I don't know. Devanshi, is that clear? Do you want to tell me what kind of images you've brought for this, or nobody's brought any images? That's also okay if you haven't brought any images.
I just
Oh, very nice.
asked that even when we run without changing the prompt or without regenerating, tabhi bhi it gives out a different response, the output.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't
Yeah, yeah.
understand what you meant.
Even when we make a without making a slight change in the prompt or without regenerating also, it often gives out a different output. So how does that happen?
So you're saying that even if I put the same text here and I kept hitting run, it will give me a different.
I'm not sure why it isn't happening यहाँ पर, but usually with the other, whenever we give out prompts and we select multiple image models, then it does happen so.
Yeah, that could be possible with DALI if you all are using DALI. Because DALI doesn't allow you to do seed control.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, I mean, I think that would make the most sense because I feel like the other models are like pretty bad now, and you're probably all using either Flux or DALL-E,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that could be a thing for DALL-E. It's very difficult to get controlled images out of it. Right. Okay. Suhasini is saying, can you explain Laura's? Yeah, Laura's is like, it's really like some kind of real strange maths, and I can send you some articles around it. But as I explained, it's like you already have a master artist, and you have given the master artist 10 other images and told that artist ki ab yahi style mein banana hai. Next, whatever I will ask. So basically, it's a smaller model that runs on top of a bigger model like Flux or Stable Diffusion or whatever. But it does that smaller set of instruction images that you gave it. Kind of makes sense? I don't know. Wait, I can't see your faces suddenly. I don't know where all the videos went away. Oh, okay, sorry. Right. Okay, so yeah, so you wanna try this with me? We can do a follow along rather than instructionally. Maybe that's good. Works? Okay.
Yep.
So you can all come to this. I'll put it again in the chat. Right? And please make sure you're in the correct correct workspace. So I'll be on Gooey, but I guess you can be on Jaaga, this one, AI Future Fellows, right? And what we're going to do here is, I hope it works, because like so many of us using it, I don't know what's going to happen. So we've got this place here to put our images, and we'll do style only, but I'll also show you what it is for object or character as well. I will give you a few guides around it, but I feel like it will take some effort on your own to figure out how to get that going for you. So we'll do clear all. We'll remove all the images. And I have these images which I got from some museum which probably stole our images, but now they are all available with Creative Commons. And they do have some annotations which I made for them, but for this, particularly for the style tool, you don't need, sorry, this is the wrong tab. I will close these tabs just to for the style piece, you don't need annotations. You do need them for your character. So I'm gonna add these images there. Let me just download them.
Would it be preferable to have more than just one image, like at least a few?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
One won't work. You go for like 5 to 10, I would feel.
Okay.
So right now, if you feel like you want to just do it with 5 to 10 images of the similar style, which is like available with you, that's okay. But I don't think it's very appropriate for like a more public viewing, because you will only get into trouble. How dare you use images? So I would recommend, just if you want to just try it with a miniature one, just like go to VNA or the Met Museum right now, and you can just like download 5, 6 images. They're all in Creative Commons right now. You don't even need to use these. If you want to use some other British style or some other thing, you can. I really love company painting style, but I thought this was just easier for me to like follow through and show. So once you've added this here, you just need a trigger word after that. And this trigger word could be, so for me, basically, because it's a style, I'm always going to end my prompt with saying in the style of. So in that word should have something like specific that will not be so easily, like it's not a generically written word. So as I said, you can like say maybe add a 4 here, or say like instead of Ambika, I can write, at the rate MBI at the rate like that. Whatever that could be, or like C, I can do like C capital A M C small M capital A small, and then at the rate. So my recommendation is have at least like one number or an alphanumeric kind of combination, but also don't make it so complex that you'll only forget what it is like. So, so for this, I'll revert back to I think so one that I thought, right? And then maybe I'll make this bang. And then I'll wait for you guys for a few minutes and then we can go from there. I'd recommend shifting this to up to from 500 to up to 1000 because I feel 500 doesn't give you good output. Don't shift the learning rate. It seems to be okay. But I do know that some people will get better results with 1500. The model takes about 5 minutes for it to run, which is a little bit slower than what we're used to now, but it should not be too difficult. So when you all hit run, just like put a thumbs up or a react on the chat so I know that you're there.
Hello.
Yeah.
Actually, I got disconnected for some time.
No problem.
I left in between when you were explaining about the seed number.
Oh, then you're very far behind. So, did you bring some images to train today for yourself?
I have the images which I created before.
Okay, excellent. Are they all of a similar style?
Yeah, they are all similar style.
Okay, great. So we are doing an exercise where you always get that style and you don't have to like go prompting 100 times to always get that style. Did you make them with Dali or did you make them with Flux?
I made it in Dali.
Let's see. I don't know how it'll work, but it should be fine. So you just have to go to this page. It's linked here in the chat. Can you see it? It says Gooey.AI/model-trainer.
Yeah, it will be in Gooey as well, right?
Yeah.
I can
It'll not
put
be
it
on the explore page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Here I put it.
So we have to
So
create a model basically. Train a model.
yeah. So you
Okay.
just put it on Flux Loda fast, clear all, upload your new images, put a style, put a trigger word, which is like making a, I don't know, like a username if you were in the 90s. I don't know how many of
Yes.
you were using the internet in the 90s. And then instead of the 500 in the settings, which was shut down here, you can say 1000, 1001, whatever. And then just hit run. Is it working for the others or has anyone got their thing running? Chal raha hai.
Does anything have to be changed in the learning rate? I know you said to make
No,
the
no.
steps. Okay, cool.
Oh my God, they're so loud. Can you hear them? Is it okay? My son and his friend.
No, we can't hear.
We can't hear you.
We don't hear them. It's okay.
I have no recollection of ever shrieking so loudly as a child. And maybe I was not a very fun kid.
Can you send that link again in the chat?
I just did.
Yeah,
Did you
but
get dropped again?
yeah. Can you just like drop it again?
Last time, अब नहीं करूँगी.
Yeah, I got it.
Think. Okay, Trisha is running great. Since many of you are running, there could be a chance it gets a little slow, but just like we can be patient and I can give you a little bit about co-pilots while it's going. So when like a majority have got it running, then I want to just tell you about co-pilots while that's working. Is that okay? Do you want to give me some thumbs up so I know? Okay, great. Okay. So do you guys remember like in the last session I'd shown you a little chatbot that I had called Measuring Silences? So the chatbot was built on like two text pieces and it was a text only chatbot. So we'll just use the same chatbot and make it into a video bot. Right? So super simple. I'm only doing this because you're all waiting. Or has people stuff finished? I don't know. Has your run finished? Nahi, na? Okay, so we'll quickly look at that. So basically, the GUI Copilot is a very advanced version of our original chatbots, and it can do many things, very, very complex things like reading through thousands of PDFs and all of that. But I think we don't need that. We are very focused on character building. So I'm gonna try and pull out my measuring silence piece because it's a small one. Saved. Right, so it's very simple. You're a chatbot, and you kind of answer questions about the practice of computation, mama, and um, the video talks about image data sets and whatever. And so has any of you made a Copilot before? No. Okay. So I will just send this link to you. And sorry. Okay, Mantaj is done. Ramya's 50%. Sorry, today we're going to do two things together, but it's fine. I think most of us are multitasking kings and queens, so it's okay. Right. So we'll just use this one. You can you may have maybe a save as new button here or a duplicate button here.
So this also we have to do it with you, along with you.
Just duplicate it
The
for now. That's it.
okay.
Because then once you start working on it, I didn't want you to feel like you don't have yours. So when you're duplicating, just put your bot's name on it, which I think shows up when you're doing save as new. Here, can you guys see this? Something like this. So you can change the name. Right. So this one, let me just show you what we're going to do, and then maybe I'll give you a bit of time to just get the chatbot running. Right. So here, I'm going to add a avatar now. I don't have any image, but let's see. Maybe. Let's see. I don't know. Let me try using this face. I don't know if it will work, okay, guys. I'm just like, AI is very much a funny thing. It is not at all a science. So we have this text to speech and lip sync section here. You don't have to follow along if it's going too fast. We can do it without. And then we have also a video lip sync here. So I'm just going to add that. I'll just show it to you, and then we can do the whole flow together. Right. And now let me run it again. Hey, it worked. I think she's gonna lip sync for me. Are you able to hear that? No, okay, maybe I need to reshare my screen with
We're not
audio.
able to hear it, but we can see. Yeah.
I think I'll do share sound and then.
Measuring silence, as discussed in Gayatri Chakravarti's Pivx, Can the Subaltern Speak?
So yeah, basically she's just reading out this piece, right? Anyway, so we'll get to how we can get here. So now have most of your models come through? Uh, just like give me thumbs up on the React maybe, if you are not on cameras. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Trisha, I'm so sorry, but I know you'll be able to catch up to everyone else. So yeah, because it's like 6:40, so I don't want to waste your guys' evening as well. Anyway, so now this is generated. And if you just go hit this button, it'll take you to the image generation tool and start it automatically. But it's not going to give
We are
you a
not
really
able to
good.
see your screen, okay?
Oh, damn. Oh no. Right. Okay, let me go back. Okay. So if the model is generated, you should get this message that hey, it's working, super. So if you do generate image, it'll take you to the image generator tool that we have, image generator. However, I don't think this image is going to be anything close to the styles that you give, because the prompt itself is not complete. This is a bug in our flow, but yeah, I mean, it's still generating some like Mughal style-ish image, but whatever. So I'm going to say a beautiful illustration of two women walking into a Bangalore pub. And then I'll say in the style of. So this was my trigger word. So you have to use your own trigger word. And then hopefully it gives me a cute picture. But I have, like cooking show में होता है ना कुछ पहले से दो चार पाए बना के रखते. So I have those old images. So if this one turns out to be a bit sus, I can show you the other ones. Okay, it's getting there. I don't know. It does kind of look like a pub. Maybe we can have more descriptors. Let me try and pull up some of the other ones that I've done for one of our sessions in the past. See it. Okay, yeah. This one. So two tigers sipping tea at a table. Or like yeah, two girls like out on their motorcycle. So I mean, if you really like, let's just look at the detail. I think it looks quite good. It looks, you feel like it could be maybe a modern miniature artist's work. I don't know. The trees are quite nicely done, and particularly the columns and things. And it's the same images which I showed you. I haven't used any other images. These, like, I don't know how many ever these are, 10 images, I guess. And yeah, so I have this simple style piece ready. So remember, you still have the style, but you still have to, as an art director, you still need to tell the prompt what is it you want in that style, right? It's not just enough. But like, for example, I don't know, whoever was saying that they already have a bunch of images in that same style they were able to make, their life will become much easier now if the model is already pre-trained. Their prompting, energy in prompting gets reduced. You can get a lot more images out of it. Okay. Some of you want to share your first outputs here, and I can just share it with everyone else also in the screen share. Don't worry, they don't have to be the best. It's just a trial run together. Is anyone, I don't know if I asked last time, is anyone using Comfy UI or something like that here? Some more complicated AI tools? Okay. Okay, let me see, dear. All right. So you want to share your trained run also so we can see it in the chat?
I just used the images I had generated for the previous challenges.
Yeah, that's what. So if you send the link of the, where were we? Let me see.
I'm gonna try and get that back.
So at least we see the references here, no? Then at least
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
nice for people to make that connection. Yeah. Okay, yes, I think it's really, really nice. It's kind of capturing some vibe. I don't know. Maybe you need to work on it more.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
depends on what you want.
Need to get more of the style
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I'm
Maybe it's just a bit more on the prompting and then see where
Yeah.
it takes you. But it looks good, I think, for like your first attempt. It's great.
I'm going to spend
Um,
more time looking at these styles and identify something that I want to
yeah.
build upon.
So
It's very cool.
yeah. So like this one, because Wonkara is very specific, particularly in context of like the clothing and the silhouettes, you can really see that yes, it is
Yeah.
that. And it made the kid also the same cute
They look
clothes.
Chinese.
Uh, but yeah, so like this is, I don't know, Rangoli, you made it, right? But I guess I don't know if
Yeah.
it's like permission wise what it means to use someone
Oh.
else's images. But I mean, you got the understanding of how it works. So you can like push this idea a lot more. Um, I will show you a really stupid one I did of like my own face. And the kind of results and the biases that are in this in image trainers is it's very like sad and disappointing. So yeah, I sort of took a bunch of my own images. And then when you use the concepts option, you can tag the images. So mostly I just wrote like my age because that's how I know how I prompt, and I know that's what happens. So I said, okay, she's 36, Indian woman, where sitting on the mat and talking and like whatever, wearing specs, whatever, smiling or looking at her phone, picking strawberries, whatever she's doing. And then when you go, let's go to the generative, which is really stupid. Okay, it looks very funny. Uh, made four of three of me. What's the difference each model type has? How do you mean, Devanshi?
The concepts and the other model type.
Right. So the style is a style. So like a Mughal style or a Picasso ka style or a, futuristic style, steampunk style, whatever. Whereas this could be around an object or a character. So like if you have lots of close-ups of a person or an object, say like maybe I have this like medicine bottle, then I can even reverse it. I can say CM in the style of line art. I don't know what it's going to give me, but I think it should give kind of me looking person in that line art. Hopefully.
So have you ever
Okay, not.
attempted both in the sense, like you've created a concept and you've created a style, and then you're saying, CM in the style of like a certain model that you've created.
Sorry, what did you say? Can I mix both of them?
Yeah, in the sense, so you have the concept bit and you also have the style, right?
Mm.
So, like for example, if the concept is something like that medicine bottle thing, and the style is like a Mughal thing that you've put, So have you tried doing like a
Yes,
certain
I
concept?
did.
So
I'll show
does
you.
that come out?
I did one where I used the original style we showed of Archana's drawing, and then with the Mughal style that I've built. So that's what I mentioned in the beginning, that sometimes it's we don't have, you can really control how much of which model you want to use in more complex workflows, but we have not yet implemented that here. But you can see like the quality of the table and all is very close to Archana's model. And the thickness of the lines, the way the eyes are, these are very close to what Archana has drawn herself, and the way the trees are. But also like compositional aspects of color, they are much more like the Mughal painting. So, and then I had to write both in the style of this and in the style of, so you can try it. Actually, let's do one thing. इसी में हम मुगल वाला ऐड कर देते हैं. So at least I look a little bit better than this. So that's very easy. Now I'm already running it with this style. So that Laura is already loaded, right? So I can just do copy model URL, or I can download it, whatever. And then I can say add more, and then I'll add a link, and the other one also gets added here. So then I'll say in the style of, how did I write it? Yeah. I don't know what it will give. Yeah. Oh, yo, where did it go? Sorry, guys. Let's see. Maybe I look a little more decent.
Ambika, one thing that I missed was this CM at the rate 12. Is the image already there, or have we put it here?
Yeah, this is an old model that I trained. Sorry,
Okay,
maybe I went a bit fast. Which is, yeah, let me show it to you again. Saved image. Okay, see you, Malvika. So I trained the model on my own face, no? So then the trigger, I kept it as this. But
Okay.
here, I didn't use style. I used the other one, concepts.
Okay, got it.
Okay, I guess I need to prompt it a bit more, but maybe it's possible. But you can see there are a lot of boy me's also. So yeah, so and then in one prompt I had tried, like, CM sitting in the president's Oval Office, and then it made me into Trump with my face.
Oh,
So let me see. I don't know where that is. It's Aisha has seen it. It's in the Beyond Bias presentation.
so this I mean, we can use this format to make characters like consistent characters.
Yes, yes. It will work, and I'll try to find test. I can do some more tests and tell you what it looks like. But see, it is Trump, but this face is very me. Like you can see my features in the face. And then Sean used Archana's style, and he built like Trump and Kamala Harris having, I don't know, a picnic or something. So yeah, so the possibilities are quite interesting.
Yeah, the other day I also saw some Sanjay Leela Bhansali in the Harry Potter world. So basically,
Yeah,
it was a combination of how Hermione or Harry would look in a Sanjay Leela Bhansali
correct.
universe.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you can really like play with the futures idea very interestingly. Maybe you want to do a miniature style, but it's the whole futures are miniature style, like cyberpunk in that, or I don't know, some other worldly style is that, whatever. But just be sure that wherever you're picking the images from, you have rights to, or you're not like misusing the images basically, because the tool is still new and we don't have all the things in place for that. So I guess for the video bots, oh my God, I'm going to shut the door. Sorry, give me. So yeah, I don't know if you said scary for my son, but scare me.
No,
But
no,
okay.
Trump.
Yeah, that him also. But anyway, yeah, so those possibilities are there. So now what we'll do is we'll just go back to the Copilot, which you have already saved, and I'll show you the simple things you need to do to get it working. Many of those things are known to you guys already, because like itta basic chat GPT prompting to everyone knows in today's day and age. So I won't like really go into the details. You can you tell me what kind of assets you're building? Do you have like very long stories, or I don't know, is it presentations, or do you have a lot of text, or some kind of character conversations? How is it?
We don't know yet. The project is being
Okay.
revealed to us part by
Right.
part. So
Acha, it's like a surprise.
I think like right now what we have is like our own character story, like building our
हाँ,
characters.
ठीक है. So and how long is this? Like a one pager or short, or like
Yeah, I think one page.
one page? Okay, ठीक है. So some parts of it, I would suggest that you can prompt, like say if you were told कि इस character की summary दो, like 100 words में. So add that prompt here, that you are this character and you come from here, and you speak in a pirate accent or whatever that might be. And then you can add a bit more about them here, where you can say that, hey, you focus on conversations around this, that, or the other. So those are two parts, like you're describing the character. Oh, sorry. And the second part that you're doing is you're just giving it a focus, so that like the conversation is a bit more narrative focused, and people don't ask beach making who is Lady Gaga and whatever. So, and then what you can do, particularly I feel for those of you who are a little more inspired by, say, essays or documents or your own writings or whatever you might want, add some of those PDFs or those writings here. They can be documents, they can be PDFs, they can be videos, they can be audios, they can even be YouTube videos. Like this one, I think, was a YouTube video. Uh, and then you open the text to speech lip sync and switch this on, and then add your character's image here. This, the only thing you need to remember is it should look human, very, very human. So here I think obviously it was able to recognize it. So it's looking like a human face. Try to get a little bit of a, like say up till here, or even like say up till the waist is okay. Beyond that, the lip sync can really like fail. And then don't change this. This model works successfully and fast. And then what you can do is you can really change out the voice. So there are many voice models available. And when you click on them, you say like you click on OpenAI, it will have like a bunch of these models. And then here also you can say talk like a pirate or something, and it does it. So maybe if I say that here. Let's see if it works. I think the OpenAI voices do have that. Like if you give them some put some character, it might work. I don't know. Sometimes hit and miss wali cheeze, so you have to test it a little bit. So yeah, of course the answer is giving like ahoy, whatever. But let's see the audio output also is. Great.
Ahoy, measuring silence as discussed in Gayatri
Yeah.
Chakravorty Spivak's.
No, not so piratey, but yeah. Maybe it needs a bit more, maybe there's some tech piece. I think they was working on it. But anyway, you can like test these voices. Maybe you wanted to have a more Indian accent. So sometimes Google and Azure voices can do that quite well. Like not sound so American basically, or give your character a bit more like quality that way. So those work well here. Long ago, we had a lot of these video bots, but as time has progressed, many of them have been deprecated. I wish I could show you older ones. So we have a prediction about the future around which we've created the world and some characters. Also, you have more than one character, okay? A protagonist, a support character, and an antagonist. What videos or audios or PDFs do we add? You can, your write-ups about these characters can all go into that knowledge section. So you just do add more, upload it as whatever a doc. You can put a Google link, Google Doc link as well. You want to just like record a bit of audio and put it, but I don't know how well it'll work. You have some PDFs, whatever you want. And those I feel you should keep a mix. Like, yes, the characters and their thought processes are coming from your creative side, but you are also influenced by many books, right? You are reading about future speculative futures, you're reading about environment, you're reading about so many things. So, and those are kind of like defining and chipping away and giving you this character idea. So you can add those essays directly also, and then say that every time you speak, make sure you're referencing this or that, and like it'll give uh, a lot more depth to the answers as well.
So whatever we input in this section, it'll draw text from that, right? So even if it's
Yes.
videos, it'll draw text.
Yeah, it'll only draw. So think of this part like, you know how when we use ChatGPT normally, and when it doesn't know the answer, usually like it'll say, one sec. Yes, Isha, you can go, no problem. Usually you'll say, it'll say either I don't know, or it'll make up an answer. So making up an answer is pretty much like that kid in your class, no, who didn't know the answers and would still make it up in the exam paper. But imagine this knowledge base to be like an open book exam. So if you give all of that knowledge to the LLM is going to try its best to answer from that rather than trying to guess. And you can also specify things like don't talk about any other subject. So, whatever. I don't know how your thing will pan out as you're moving forward. But like if someone asks you a question that's not very relevant, you can say that, I only want to talk about. Yes, it is. This is RAG. So yeah, so the easiest way to think about RAG is like an open book exam. So the LLM is trying to give answers. In one part, it doesn't have that syllabus. So it just says something random. Whereas in another, with RAG, you have the books that are open for it to interpret and read through, and it can answer from that. Maybe at a later point I can talk about Copilot, but I don't know how much we are supposed to. So I don't want to overwhelm you guys, because this tool is so highly technical. It can do lots of crazy like technical things, and it's being used now for health work and agriculture and so many other things. But its original intent started with ratbots, which is really beautiful. I feel like something from art is going back. So you can use this tool quite easily still. So I think what you'll eventually end up doing is, I think if you've duplicated this one and you change it, I think this would be the easiest for you to reference, rather than if you just go directly to the Copilot page here. Because ये काफी complicated है. Like then you will feel a bit overwhelmed and like what the hell is happening. So just use my example. I think that's the easiest way to like quickly work with it. And then remove what you don't want. You want to try another model, whatever you want to try, you can. But this is good, I feel, for now. GPT 4.0 will work for you. When we do have a chance later in your sessions, I can even show you how to deploy it on a little like web chat or even WhatsApp if you want to. And that's all like one click. So, and if you are very quick at reading documentation, then you can go read the documentation on the GUI website. But don't like feel overwhelmed by it already. So like just allow yourself to play with it. I think focus more on getting your character piece going and push that. Be mindful of how you're using it with your images, and when you're training it also, like more like it prompting, you can really go gung-ho and like keep prompting. But here I think because the result takes a little bit longer, it also like we also pace ourselves a bit more and feel, okay, let's first go through the images that we have. Do you think this is going to make it for us, whatever? So give yourself a little bit of time around that. And then because it's training on Flux, there will be a lot of bias, so just be ready for that. Because like I feel like the Flux models, they push so much to make better images that they just forgot about so many things when it comes to bias. It can be quite terrible, particularly when you want to like get a good, decent looking female human, or something to do with culture that's not non-white. So it can be difficult, but like keep trying the prompts also. So once you have one or two model ideas, prompt it, keep working on the prompts will start giving you, then you once you get one, it'll click, then it's just more about adjusting and figuring out. So I think this should help those who are like building worlds, and building like a full style of characters, and how it wants to go ahead. And for you who of one few of you who are talking about consistency in the characters, this might be very useful. So you get these images, you build this character, and then you say like character sitting inside president's office or whatever, wherever you want them to be, surfing on the beach. So, and yeah, we did like Dave was like surfing a shark or something. So it's not difficult. But yes, when you do put in a woman character, I have found that it tries to make it back into a man. So uh, so so you will have to figure that out. Like once the model is trained, how you end up prompting it, what's happening. So maybe like if you're putting women, like at least put them till waist images. So there's some recognition. So perhaps that might help. And earlier models were very good. Like sometimes I would get amazing images. I said, give me a non-binary person. It would do it well. But I don't know, with Flux and all, I feel a bit it's doing it a little less. I don't know. Again, I just feel maybe it's because of Musk, but okay. Okay, I'm done also. Thanks for your time, and you can always ping me on the WhatsApp group. Was it okay? Was it too intense or chalega? Fine, okay.
It was
Thank
just
you.
right. Thank you.
Okay, all the best, and
Thank
I'll be on the chat if you need me.
Thank you,
Thank
Ambika.
you. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ambika.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I had to
Bye.
collect something.
No.
Bye bye. Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you so much for joining.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.